Hey, what's up guys? I'm Sal. Thanks for checking out the video. We're working on the tailgate again. Last week we put the new metal handle in, and this week I want to address the heavy tailgate itself. So it's not terribly heavy, but it could be lighter. And some of you guys might already be aware of these easy lift systems that you can install. They're really actually super affordable on Amazon. And the idea is it's a torsion bar. So part of it goes up in here, you have to drill a hole, and then it runs across, and the other part goes into the tailgate. And then by nature of it being a torsion bar, it wants to help lift the tailgate up back to its original position. So it claims to cut it down like 90% of the weight, but we'll find out. I've always kind of wanted to play around with one of these things before, and it should be pretty easy, but we'll see. So let's get started. So it's kind of cool. The whole thing is all incorporated. So you open it up and it has all the instructions here, and then it has a template on this side, and then you just pull the bar out. And yeah, so you just got to cut the template out, and then we'll line it up on the thing, make a hole, and start drilling. Before we hold the template up, I'm going to poke a little hole right where they want us to drill. And what that's going to let us do is when we get our Sharpie in there, we can just mark it exactly on that, and we don't have to like draw a line over or something. And now what I'm going to do is the instructions tell you to push it as far left as you can, and then you just want it to be the bottom in line with the top of this pivot point here. So that's looking pretty good right there. We want to make sure it's level left to right, and then once we like it, I'm just going to take my Sharpie here. I'm going to go right in that hole that we made, and hopefully that goes through. Nice. I went through. It's a little bit on the curve still, so I'm actually going to move it right a tiny bit. I don't know how my two marks got so far off from each other. Yeah, it's got to be probably in line with the second mark, but a little bit higher. So I'm probably going to actually drill it right about here. If you don't have one of these, they're great. It's just a little punch, a center hole punch, and you can just put it right on where you want it to go. Do that, and now your drill bit won't walk around. Okay, my microphone died. I think it was because of the cold, but switching to voiceover, this is where I drilled my 3/8 inch hole. This feels wrong. Feels really bad drilling into a nice clean truck bed, but trust the process. At this point, you'll use the template again. Just line up the hole you drilled with the hole in the template, come across, and you can see the line that you got to make in order to drill the second hole in the tailgate itself. Okay, losing sunlight and it's freezing. I got to work quick here. So in order to take the tailgate off to drill the hole in the back here, you got to take off these side support cables. All you got to do is lift up a little bit, and then you can peel back this little piece and it just slides right off. Once both of these are off, the tailgate, it just lifts to about 45 degrees like this, and then you'll pull it out from the right side of the truck, right like that. Once that side's out, you can pull it that way. Get a little shimmy. Come on, there it is. And then you can lay it down in the truck bed. You'll see mine has this cable for my backup camera. Yours might not have that. Cool, so next up we're going to drill our hole here. The instructions say for a Toyota to do it near the bottom. So you might be able to see it. This is our mark right here. And we're just gonna come straight down from that. Use our punch again to mark our hole, and we're going to drill it again with another 3/8 inch drill bit. I'm just looking straight down. Okay, the microphone died again, but now we're going to protect the new bare metal on the hole with some touch-up paint. So you don't have to use color-matched paint here. You could just use primer or whatever. But I had this laying around. It's actually pretty easy to get. You can usually find them on Amazon, and if not, your local dealer has them for not too much money. So I painted over that hole, painted over this hole. You won't really see this one, it's on the bottom of the tailgate anyways. But once those are protected, you can let it dry, and then you'll slip the new bar into that hole and kind of press it into place. It won't want to push down behind the pivot point there just because of the way that the metal is. You kind of got to bend the metal. It feels, another thing, it feels wrong when you do it. But you got to put a little bit of pressure onto it. It bends the metal, and then you can get it behind that pivot point. Over here, this is where the side that goes up into the tailgate, obviously, and the instructions say that you got to go around that corner where the paint, that little white paint mark is. That's where it needs to be coming out of the tailgate, that little jog. So it's easy to get it down to that first 90 degrees. It's a lot harder to get it to that white spot. This is me struggling to pick up the tailgate on my own and slide it onto the rod. So this is where you kind of need two people. I was able to get it on down to that first 90 degree angle pretty easily, but getting it around the corner into that little jog, that is where it's really difficult. Me struggling a little bit more. And this is a better depiction of what I was struggling with. So you can see I'm down at the bottom of the 90, but I got to get further over in order to have it match up with that white. This is me giving up because it was way too cold. Okay, I had to quit the other night, way too cold, but we're back out here. I got my beautiful wife helping me, and we're just gonna get back to where we were. It's in?
Okay, now you're with that. Okay. Yeah, a little bit more towards me. Yep. Okay, so you're at the mark. Yep.
Cool.
Go. Yep.
So it's where it needs to be?
Yep.
Can you help me line up that?
You're not gonna catch it. There you go. There you go. There you go.
Is it in?
There you go. Good?
Should be. You want to let go?
How's it feel?
Really light.
Really?
I mean, it doesn't even want to go down all the way. Wow. Yeah, look at that. It doesn't even want to stay down. Pretty light?
Yeah.
Good for women and families.
Good for women.
Like, wow. That's like appreciably lighter. Still closes. I wouldn't say it's soft open, but
Oh.
I mean, it catches itself. Look at that.
Oh.
If I did that with the old one, bam! But it's actually not too bad. Okay. So my only question is going to be, what is it going to like dent this? But I feel like it's not. I feel like it's in there just like deep enough that you're not going to see anything. Wow. I like braced to pick it up, and you don't have to brace anymore. I mean, you can just, like, I think this shows how light it is more than like someone picking it up. Like, seeing that you can toss it like this, you could never do this before. I'm digging this thing. Cool. Here's how it's routed. So you can see it goes in there. It does bend the metal. I'm pretty sure that's normal. It's supposed to do that, and that's just it going in that hole there. Comes down, routes along here. I have it going under my wiring. I don't know that it really matters. And then it goes into the other hole that we make. This one also bends in a similar way. And the key thing here is that you go past the first initial bend. So that bend is like over here somewhere, the first L, and then it does this jog, and that's where it wants you to go in. So that right there is the reason why I needed two people. I could get it around the first bend, but finagling it to make it to that second one, no shot was I gonna do it by myself, especially when it's this cold and I couldn't feel my fingers. So really not that hard of a job. I was kind of bracing for, oh, it's so easy, and then there's actually all these hidden steps that you got to do. But aside from drilling the holes in the truck, which feels wrong, that's kind of the most intrusive thing. And then I was trying to test whether you actually needed two people for it, and sure, the cold weather was affecting me a little bit, but I think the real problem is getting it around that second bend in order to have it seat all the way. That would be really, really difficult to do by yourself. So You might think you can do it by yourself, and maybe you can, but I thought I could, and I couldn't. So as far as the operation of it, it is so light. If you got a stock tailgate, you can't do this. You can't just toss it like this, especially from the bottom down here. Like, that's crazy. So it makes a huge difference. People always say, oh, you can just do like one finger from the corner, and like, they're not lying. It is that simple. I don't feel any weird binding or anything like that. It all just seems to be operating normally. And yeah, I'm actually really happy with how this is operating. I think, you know, a lot of times you see stuff like this and it's like, it's probably just a gimmick thing. It's so cheap. It's got like the corny instructions all built in. But I think it actually like works really well. So I recommend it. I'll have it linked in the description, and I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and have a great rest of your day. Stay warm.